What's going on, everybody? It's JJ here, and as you can see, the day that a lot of us have dreaded for a long time has finally come. Legends Limited Vegito Blue has finally have a Zenkai. Ah, boy, I'm scared. I'm scared. I can only hope that when I press the details, that it's not anything too crazy, because to be honest, he doesn't need much. Okay, he doesn't really need much. All he needs is just a regular Zenkai stat boost and a consistent way to nullify enemy special coverage changes. That's all he needs. Okay, and I just hope that his other passives are like, I don't know, like red rose Zenkai level or something, or heck, even red kale, like, you know, just like passives that just mean nothing. Okay, because I'm afraid of this guy just coming out and dominating everything in this game. So without further ado, let's oh boy, okay, let's go. Now let's see. Okay, actually his main offenses actually didn't go up as much as I thought it would. Okay, so 287 to strike attack, 273 to blast attack, and 185 basically to both defenses, which is good because this guy could not tank anymore nowadays with how like strong these units are. So okay, stats wise, he's looking fine. He's looking pretty fine. Okay, now during the Twitter preview, they mentioned how his green card has blast armor on it now. Yep, and it seems like that is the only change that they have made, because, you know, it already removes your buffs twice and has you take 25% more damage. So it looks like the only change to that is that they added blast armor on it, which is fine because he already force draws the green card anyway, so that's just fine. Okay, that's the same. This is the same. Final Kamehameha, massive damage, no switching, 20% to damage received for 15 counts, and I also can't be notified about the special moves. And I believe his blue card is the same. I will pull up his information in a DBZ space, but it's not loading right now because obviously it's probably just trying to load in all this information. So okay, did his ultimate change at all? Let's see. Supreme damage, 50% to ultimate damage, ignores all enemy sustained damage cut, nullifies endurance. Okay, so they still had the nullify enemy special actions when changing cover for 3 counts. They kept that. Okay, so his ultimate didn't seem to change at all either, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's look at his main ability. Randomly destroys one of your own cards for his ultimate. That's the same. Results on health by 20% and key by 50. I believe that's different. Okay, I think him getting key by 50 is new. I forget if he actually restored his health, but the key by 50 is definitely new. 40% of damage inflicted for 20 timer counts can't be canceled. Ooh. So he gets extra damage. He gets permanent 40% damage inflicted with his main ability and permanent sustained damage cut for 20 counts. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So I think the only changes is the fact that he gets 50 key and gets permanent damage and sustained damage cut for a certain amount of time. Well, I say permanent. Well, I should say non-cancelable. Okay. So his main ability isn't anything too crazy. The 40% extra damage could mean a lot depending on his other passives. Okay, his Zenkai ability, I'm only going to assume that it's like blue God Key or blue Future. Yeah, blue God Key. Okay, that's fine. Blue God Key is just fine. Okay, let's see. First unique ability, 50% to damage inflicted, 30% to reduce damage received, and nullifies attribute downgrades under normal conditions. And of course, he still force draws the green card, and of course the blast cover. So I think that has remained the same. 30% to damage against Fusion Warrior has stayed the same, and it looks like he gets the same buffs whenever he's faced with a certain type of enemy. Yes, I believe all these are this. Wait, increases arts card draw speed by 1. Was that always, I guess, a support type? Maybe. Okay, maybe I didn't pay attention to that. But this looks like it is the same. Yep, drawing a strike. Affects enemy with minus 100% to health restoration. They may have bumped up the health restoration debuff actually. And the minus 100% to cure. Okay, yeah, so they definitely bumped this up a little bit. Because I don't believe that... Okay. They may have bumped it up to minus 100% health restoration and the key recovery. They definitely added the key recovery. Because I don't even believe key recovery was there whenever you hit with the Strike Guards card. Okay, interesting. Okay, now for the new passives. Sapphire, Protector of the Future. Applies the fire effects to self when 2 allies are defeated, so he has last man standing most. Restores health by 15% and reduces damage by 10%. Okay, so in total, when he's by himself, he gets a permanent 10% to reduce damage received, and with his main ability, he gets an extra 20%. For 20 counts. So that's 30. And he already has the baseline 30 for 15 timer counts. So he could be rocking, let's see, 30. That's 50 there. 60% reduced damage received. Especially with those high defenses he has. That's actually not that bad. And the last unique. Sorry to be rude, but you left yourself completely open. Applies the following effects to self when this character evades an enemy attack. Okay, so this they actually mentioned in the Twitter preview. -2 to strike arts for 5 counts and plus 20% to strike arts damage inflicted for 5 timer counts. Okay, so he's definitely not as scary as I was afraid he was. And these last 2 passives are definitely, I don't think, well, except for this one. When he's by himself, healing and getting extra sustained damage cut is pretty nice. But it's nothing like game breaking. And getting arts cost down and extra strike damage on Vanish will incentivize people to perfect Vanish more. But other than that, as far as his passes, doesn't seem to be anything too crazy. It doesn't seem like they really changed much. I'm pretty sure the key recovery on this passive is new, because I don't believe he even did anything to a key recovery when he hit you with a strike card. I think they did bump the health restoration debuff up as well. So yeah, they didn't really change much about him, thankfully. The biggest things about, well, the biggest surprise for me is that he gets more damage and more sustained damage cut with his main ability, and the 50 key too. That was a surprise to me. But overall, I gotta say, I think they did a good job. I think they did a good job because, again, I was afraid that they were just gonna go overboard with everything that they could have possibly done with Vegito. But it seems like they realized that we don't need to do anything to make this character good in the meta. We just need to give him just increased stats and maybe a little bit of damage here and there, maybe a little bit more utility with debuffs and stuff like that. So that's all they did. Now, it is a shame that he doesn't still have a consistent way to nullify special cover changes, because it's still it's just locked to his ultimate activating. But other than that, he seems to be pretty solid, and it seems like he would be a pretty valuable asset to the team. Like, I don't expect him to be just like overpowering every single thing in the game, almost like how Android 17 and 18 do. But I think they did a good job. And I think that he will be a solid option for all of his teams. God Key, Fusion, Future, Saiyans. I feel like he'll be a solid option with his Zenkai. So let me know what you guys think down below of this guy's Zenkai. And if you're going to be using him, if you are like, you know, just speed running to get this guy to Zenkai 7. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all for the next one. Peace.